Hello everyone, welcome to Retail Management class 16. So in last class we were having the discussion of uh, retail decisions, retailing decisions which is regarding the selection of retail outlet, the selection of store location or the selection of the place or the site for the retail outlet or maybe for the retail business. And also we have seen the types of store locations too. There we have learned isolated store or single retail business. And also we have seen second type as unshopping area or unplanned locations. And also we have seen shopping area or maybe the planned locations. So in today's class let us see how to choose or how to select the retail locations or the store location. Well, there are there are steps or procedures to follow to choose the right retail location. Yes, so you know that it is very necessary for any retailer to select the best location or best site for your retail business, because the success and the failure both which depends on the retail locations. That is, you have to select the right retail locations. So by choosing the right retail locations or the right store locations, which leads to the success of the business. Or if you choose wrong retail locations, you may not able to get success. So you may fail to run the business, or maybe you may fail to earn the profit if you choose wrong retail locations. Okay, so you have to choose the right locations in order to fulfill the demands of the customer, in order to survive in the retail industry. Okay, so let us see the steps or the procedures one by one. The first step here you have, that is, analyze the market in terms of industry, product, and competitors. Yes. So here, so before you enter into any sector, you need to analyze the market scenario there. You have to analyze the industry scenario there. Yes. So first, let us understand the market. First, we have to understand the market locations. We have to understand the industry first. So first, let us understand the industry. Then let us enter into the industry or into the sector. So here you have to analyze the market while you entering into the retail business, like uh, in terms of industry, like the size of the industry, and like how many retail outlets are operating in the in that particular area or maybe in a industry, and also like how many similar retail business, like how many retailers are dealing with the same kind of products, how many retailers are providing the similar services. Okay, you have to analyze it. And also you have to analyze the product, like what kind of products are the retailer are providing. Suppose if there are existing retailers, you have to see them what kind of products that they are offering, what kind of service they are offering, what techniques or what tactics they are using. It is just like your competitors. I said now, suppose if you're starting same kind of product that your competitor is having already, or if he's selling already, then he will be your competitor. So you have to understand your competitor first, right? You have to understand your competitors, that okay, what you know tactics, or what strategy are they following. And you have to understand the weakness, strength and weakness of your competitors, as well as you have to understand your strength and weakness too. You have to find the gap, that what the future, or what the potential customers want from you. You have to see the current trends that is happening in the industry, or maybe in the market. What kind of innovation is taking place? Okay. And suppose if you suppose if you want to start any restaurant. Okay, so if you start up any restaurant, you have to see that how many restaurants are available nearby your locations, or where you want to start the business. You have to see there the location. You have to see the restaurants, like what kind of restaurants you have. Whether are they providing only Chinese food, or whether they providing any like what kind of food are they serving, and what is the size of the business what they have. And that they still come up with the the design, and they still come up with the innovations. Right, nowadays everything is getting innovated. And the retailer try to come up with the innovative and creativity to attract the customer. uh, so that is how they keep their shop as updated and innovative, right? So they everybody use the technology nowadays. So here you have to understand the technology, you have to understand the technological advancement, you have to study in detail about the technology and about the current scenario. And also you have to study the customers too. Customers are very important. So here, so before you choose the retail locations, so first you have to understand the current scenario of the market. You have to analyze it, you have to find the gap. So once you find the gap, like what customers needs, like what kind of products our competitors are offering to the customers, or maybe what other the retailers are providing the products, or they are serving they are giving the service to the customer. What actually customers want from the retailer. You have to find the gap. Yes, let's say for example, suppose if you want to start your business in retail, maybe in rural, or maybe in urban area, or maybe yes, in urban area. If you want to start your business in urban area, so here in urban area, in city, okay, here in in urban, or maybe in city, you can find all the restaurants. Okay, you can find all the restaurants who just they provide only the Chinese food, or maybe some South Indian, or maybe Chinese food, or maybe they just provide pizza, or and other kind of the non-Indian food they provide. Okay, they are just mainly focusing on just think that in urban city, maybe in the city. Okay, but actually the customers want they're just fed up of having the pizza, or this all these things. Just think. Okay, so they actually want some Indian food, or some they just want a traditional kind of food. They want handmade, the food which is from the which has the cultural background, something like tradition food they want. It should have some culture. They want some tradition in their food. Okay, but the current restaurants are not providing there. But what actually want, they want tradition food, but your competitors are providing, the current restaurants are providing non-Indian food. So what you can do now? So you can find the gap. They want Indian food, so you just come up with a restaurant where you serve them with the Indian food. Or maybe it can be vice versa. Maybe people want the current uh, retailers, or maybe current restaurants who are just providing the Indian food. They are not providing any non-Indian food, or maybe yes, they are not providing any non-Indian food, non-Indian food. Okay, so they want non-Indian food. They want to taste the food of different countries. You just come up with the the food just come up with a non-Indian restaurant food. That can be the that can be the analysis you make. Okay, you have to try to find the gap. What is there now existed, and what the customers want. Okay, what the current industry or the current retailers are offering, but actually what the customers want. You have to understand the needs of the customers as well as the retailers. The same time you have to understand the competitors strength and weakness also. So by taking their weakness, you can make it as a strategy, or maybe you can make it as a strength. Consider competitors weakness as your strategy, as your strength. Okay, so here you try to understand the strategies, or maybe you have to try to understand, you have to try to collect the data or the information in detail about the current market scenario of the retail industry. Okay, so once you analyze the market trends, and then you have to go with the understanding of demographics. Okay, so here when you before you choose locations, you have to analyze the scenario there in that particular area. Then you have to understand demographics. So here demographic is all about the social value and the gender and the income level and the lifestyle of the people, and what religion or what religion they belong to, and what kind of lifestyle they follow, and what taste they have, what preference they have. Okay, you have to understand, the demographic profile of the that particular locality in detail. Suppose if you want to start a restaurant, or if you want to start a retail business in the in urban, maybe in the rural area. Just think that if you want to start a business like a restaurant in the rural area. Okay, you know that in the rural people are totally different from the urban people. The lifestyle of them is totally different. So there you have to understand the needs of the people there in the rural area. Like what uh, you know uh, what is the what is your target, like you have to understand the cultural background of them, and you have to study the tradition and culture of each religion there. You have different religion there, you have to understand them and what do they prefer. And also you have to see the age group. Okay, so what youths prefer, and what the aged people prefer to have the food, what kind of food they would like to have, and what teenagers want to have the food. Okay, what kids prefer. So you have to understand, or you have to study them in detail. And also you have to see the the income level, what kind of income they have, and what kind of expenditure. Like you have to understand you have to study the expenditure pattern and income pattern of them. Okay, and you have to understand, you have to study their jobs too, like what professions they are into, and how many professions are there in that particular locality, and what they prefer. And you have to see the income level, like whether they are having high income, whether they are having low income, or whether they are having whether you can find the middle class people, rich people, or low class people. Okay, and have to see the lifestyle of them, whether they are enjoying the luxurious lifestyle or not. Okay, suppose you know that in rural area people, they do not go for the luxurious product much. Suppose if you want to start, if you start a luxurious showroom, or if you start a luxury restaurant there, it is not worth. Yes or no? Because they don't they don't want to enjoy the luxurious life. They prefer to have the the quality and the medium level the product. They don't want to enjoy them by using the luxurious product. Okay, they want to live in a simple way. Okay, they want their lifestyle to be simple, not so much luxury or not so much fashionate. Okay, if you start a restaurant like a luxury restaurant, no one will come, right? They feel that because they are so price sensitive, they feel that if I go to a normal hotel, I will get the same food for the less price. Why should I go there? Like maybe when we talk about, when we think of a luxury hotel, we feel that there will be a AC, or there will be some facility, so we don't want to enjoy that facility. Let us have food here, or let us buy things in the normal shop what we have. So nobody, because the luxurious hotels or luxurious shops, they will be having their own system and some innovation, they use it. So customers in from rural area, they don't understand. First of all, they don't understand, and they are not used to visit such kind of things. So when you visit or when you open a restaurant like a luxury hotel or five-star hotel in the rural area, it doesn't work, it might get flop. Yes, so you have to open the restaurant, or you have to open the shop according to the preference and preference and the taste of the and demands of the customer there, or the people who live in that particular society. Yes or no? Yes. And yes, and one more thing. Talking about the profession, what they have. Suppose if you want to start you know, uh, yes, if you want to start a shop in rural area, like only just say for example, um, some fashionable cloth, you just think that if you want to start a fashion wearing, like textile, like you're just selling the modern kind of dress, or maybe your western styles. Okay, you're coming up with the western styles, but uh, but in the like western formals, I can say you are planning to sell western formals in rural area. But in rural area, we know that uh, people just we don't find any ITBT company, or you know software companies in the rural area. We won't find it. We just find farmers into, like, they are more into agriculture. And also we can find some other way of, they follow their own dressing style. They are not used to have, they're not used to wear the western clothes, right? They are very simple. Suppose if you open a textile, like if you're planning to sell western clothes, it doesn't work, because no one wants to wear western dress, because they feel that if we wear western clothes, it is not our culture. They feel that it is from the other countries, so we don't want to follow it. It is their culture and it is their belief. They don't want to if they wear, then they feel that we are just crossing our limits. So here in in the locality, maybe in the area, people, they follow in their own beliefs. They're having their own boundaries or the limitations, that they should not cross their limitations, right? So that is how understand the demographics of the people, or maybe in that particular area. So next comes evaluate the market potential. So here, once you understand with the demographics of that particular area, then you have to understand demographic of the people there. Then you have to understand, then you have to evaluate the market potential. That means you have to decide the target audience for your shop. So here it's like evaluation is nothing but check you have to check the potential, market potential there, maybe by population wise. Okay, suppose if you are planning to just imagine if you are planning to uh, you know Yes, start a luxurious hotel in city. Okay, if you are planning to have a five-star hotel in city, so your target, you have to analyze the entire city there. Then you have to focus on the rich people, right? The five-star hotel means like we feel that only like rich people goes and come, you know people who want to enjoy luxurious life. They are no the people who are enjoying luxurious lifestyle, they go for five-star hotel, we feel. Yes or no, they have enough money to spend, so they go for. So here, if you are starting up a restaurant like five-star restaurant, then your target must be rich people. Then you have to analyze it, right? Like how you have to evaluate, like how many rich people, like what is the average number of rich people that they are living in it, in that particular area, in that particular city. Like you have to see the uh, target audience maybe by population wise, and also you have to find that the competitors effectiveness. Okay, like um, what kind of competition do you have? Is there any other five-star hotel in that particular area? If it is so, then you have to see what impact they made on the customer. How to grab, your competitors' customers to your shop. How to grab them from them. You have to grab the customer from your competitors. How will you grab? You have to attract them, and you have to estimate the product demand there. That means uh, how many people you can get, how many target you have, what is your target to reach. Okay, so all these things will be evaluated. That means you have to study well and you have to analyze, you have to decide it here. Okay, so based on the demographic profile, you will evaluate the market potential. That means you have to decide the target audience, like the target customer. So who is your target customer? What they actually want, and are they satisfied from the competitors or not, from your competitors or not? Suppose if not, then what kind of tactics you can use, like how you can grab them. Suppose if they are happy with them, like how you can grab them from the competitors. Okay, you have to think, have to uh, evaluate all these things. Okay, so once you decide with the market potential, uh, then you have to identify the alternative location. And yes, while you evaluating the market potential, there is one more thing. You should have enough knowledge about laws and regulations in operations, and you should be having the knowledge that what kind of law or what kind of authority that they deal with the retail business in that particular area. Because in order to start up a business in that particular area, so you should get a license, or you should get a permission from that particular municipal authority, or maybe any other law. So you should have the proper knowledge about that. Okay, because you cannot sell harmful product there. Yes, you have to sell the healthy product, right, to serve the customer needs. So you should be having the enough knowledge about the laws and order, like how you can utilize it. Okay, because when we talk about the law and order, so it has its own rules and regulations that every retailer, they must they must obey the rules and regulations of the law. They should not cross. Okay, if they cross, what actions does law, or does that authority will take up. So you should analyze all these things. You have to arrive with the market potential. That means you have to arrive with the target audience. That means maybe from the population, from the large populations to a specific one. Okay, so here you will, so in the second process, that is in the second step, that is where you're understanding the demographics, there you will study in general, but here you will study in specific. So you are coming from general to generalization to specification one. Okay, general to specific. So next step that we have here, identify the alternative location. So once you evaluate the market potential, then your task is to identify the alternative locations. Like, uh, so how many locations that are available, like where you can find it very, innovative, and where you can find the more demand for your business. And like suppose if you have chosen a one particular area, then you have to see is there any other alternative location. Suppose if it doesn't work, okay, just think that if you're starting a business in Mangalore city, okay, you have planned, and also you have to should have other alternatives. Like if you can start up your business in Udupi, you can start up your business in Udupi also. Okay, suppose if it doesn't work in Mangalore, maybe you can restore. Maybe you are failed to establish your business. You are failed to establish your business like retail outlet in Mangalore. Then you can jump to Udupi, or you can jump to any other places. Got it? So here you have to identify the alternative locations. Like, is there any other potential locations? So other than this particular city, do you have any other area to find the market potential? Or what is the cost, what is its cost of occupancy, or what factors can be the compromised if there is a better location around? Okay, so you have to analyze all these things. Suppose if you choose a restaurant here, suppose if you find a good place to start your business, like in one particular area. So maybe you may not find a good infrastructure facility there. Then what you can do, so you can search any other place. You just keep this as a second option. Like if you are planning to start a restaurant in Mangalore, you don't find a good infrastructure facility like roadway or any for that particular place. So, and also, you have to see is there any other alternatives where you can find good infrastructure facility, or other facilities. You have to choose. Suppose if you do not find any alternatives, like if you do not find any area where it has good infrastructure facility, then you can go with the here mind only. You can develop this infrastructure facility. Okay, but before doing that, you have to analyze, you have to identify is there any other locations where you have a good infrastructure facility, where you have a good facility. Okay, you have to see is there any other better locations around. Okay, that is the fourth steps that you need to do. Then once you identify, once you make the list of locations, alternative locations. So here you have to make the number of the list of alternative locations. Suppose if Mangalore doesn't work, then where else you can start? Maybe in Bangalore. Suppose if Bangalore doesn't work, then where else you have options? So you have to make a list again. So by making the list of locations, got it? So by making the list of locations, so what you can do, so you have to see the factors, you have to consider the positive factors. So you have to select the locations, best location, based on the positive, based on the positive points, or positive base. So by you are rejecting the other places by through the negative points. So you have to see so which location has highest positive points. Okay, like plus or minus. So which place, which place has plus point, and which you will select the place which has more plus point, and you will reject the place which has more minus point. Okay, so that is how you finalize the best and most suitable location for the retail. Okay, that is how you make the list of the alternatives. Then you finally, if you're happy with the facility, if you're happy with the alternative that you have selected, then you will go with the establishment of your retail business outlet. Because it is very important that when you start up a business retail outlet, so you should see that availability of resources, availability of supply, availability of customer. and availability of fundraising, or the finance resources, and availability of maybe a good infrastructure facility. So all these things are very necessary for uh, all these things are very necessary to start up an retail outlet, right? So you have to see, when you select the location, whether all these things are available or not. Suppose if even if you find any defect also, maybe you can go with any other alternatives. Okay, is in other alternatives, can you find any other defect? So comparing that and you selecting them. Okay, so that is how you select the um, retail location for your business, or maybe for the retail business. Okay, so thanks for watching this video lecture, and if you have any doubts, please post your comments below, and thank you for watching. Have a nice day.